And here is the reveal of another part of my project. Boom, there it is. So I have already cut the body, which I did a really crappy job at doing. It's the first body I cut, but I will fix that. I'll file it, I'll sand it, I'll do something to make the edges a little better. So there is my 144001. I posted a video a while ago talking about how this system is just not working. Like I said again, I think it's that transmitter, but I am not absolutely certain. I am running a 3S battery on it and it works. It's fully charged and I am about to storage charge it because I don't want to leave it fully charged for a few days until I wait for my new transmitter, which I'm getting a Dumbo RC one. I think it's the S6 with the gyro, and replace that and see where we go from there. If that doesn't work, then I'm looking at ESC, unless one of y'all has a suggestion. Now, anyway, this video is not about that. This video is about the body and how the project is going. I started with all the metal upgrade kit. Of course, there's a speed run. For those of y'all trying to wonder, I am not going to use this to bash it. It's a show car, and it's going to do speed runs exclusively. So here's the body. I've cut it, and it fits, even with the 3S, very nicely. I can get it pretty low. Let me just here, except for the motor cables. I'm going to have to do a little bit of cleaning up on the cables, but that's about where it wants to sit. As you can see with this body, this is the fat body turbo, and as you can see, the ESC has plenty of clearance and the cables are still not touching the ceiling where I have the body currently sitting. It is looking very good right now. I might do a little bit more of trimming. It sits just about there on both sides. Well, let me see if I can get the other side. It's kind of hard. See? Yep, just about the same place on both sides. So actually it is turning out to be pretty nice so far. I got the girt wing from Fat Bodies as well. There it is. I have already trimmed it and it looks decent. It is not perfect by no means, but the cut job was not too bad. And I'm not sure how far up or down I'm going to install it, but that's give or take what she's looking like right now. And I like it. It's transformed totally from a stock 144001 to this. It's a really good project. I got a couple of things. Paint. This is the paint scheme that I'm planning on using. It's yellow. Sorry about the movement on the camera. I'm freehanding today. There it is. That's the color scheme that I'm using, which will go very well with the gold trim. All the metal components. This paint is supposedly good. I am not going to try to airbrush yet. This is my first car that I am going to paint, so we will see how it goes. I got some tape. One second. Boom, and there it is. There's the tape. Got different thicknesses. I just dropped the tape. It is for the thicker lines. I got really thin lines, which is probably going to be around the windows and stuff, which I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to do the color scheme, but I got 4 thicknesses of tape. There you got that one, and the thinnest one is this one. Very thin tape. And that one is the thickest one. And then I got this other thickness, which is second short is this thickness. I'm going to use my handy dandy marker over here. Sorry, I'm just all over the place today. There's the marker. I'm gonna draw what I want design wise. I don't know what I'm going to do with the windows yet. I might just get some carbon fiber tape and cover, or leave it clear. I don't know yet, but the windows are definitely not getting painted in any of these colors. So what's going to happen is that more than likely I'm going to trim out and do accents where the window markings are. More than likely I am going to go with the yellow if I can get the tape in there correctly, and I will show it taped up. I'm going to follow all the suggestions that I've seen when painting RC cars and start with the darkest colors first, I believe it is, so that the darker colors don't bleed into the lighter colors. So I'm assuming that the first color I'm going to have to use is blue, and then followed by the orange, and then trim it out with the yellow. So more than likely, the inside of this body is going to have a light coat of yellow paint all together inside of it to kind of protect the other colors. And I will probably double up on the trim. Once I do the trim, I'll paint the trim twice to give it a two nice little coats, and then I will go ahead and spray the interior of the body in a light coat of yellow to protect from scratching the other colors, so on and so forth. I just don't know how I'm going to do the design. Any suggestions are welcome. If you can post them before I actually start painting this thing. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet, but that's the color scheme. Anyway, moving along. I got a couple other things that I have on planning. Hey, I got me a little heat gun. I got a pen one coming in, but this one seems to be working very well. I'm going to use it for the motor to see how it works with the stock pinion. Make sure that it does not overheat. I picked this up. I wish I could remember the guy that suggested to use this grease. He has plenty of posts, and he did a job on the 124018 differential lubrication. Did a really good job at taking apart the differentials and lubing it with this white lithium grease. So I think that if you search 124018 differential grease, you will find the post that I'm talking about. And I keep forgetting his name, and I watch his videos all the time, but I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm going to actually, out of this mess right here, disassemble. I have the metal casing ones. They look very nice. I'm going to disassemble them and redo them with grease, with this kind of grease. And then he suggested that for the bearings to use, he had a different brand, but it's the same stuff, dry lube for the bearings so that no dirt sticks on them and stuff. So that's what I'm going to do with the differential bearings, clean them up and put some dry lube on them. And then that is going to be that for that part of the project. Differential greasing, I got some shims to put on the behind, I think it's called the sun gear, and the planet gear. And then I got a couple of shims that I'm going to put in there because the newer models have the shims, give it a little bit less play. Let me see if I can point it out. Grab one of these files over here. I got a mess going on right now, excuse me guys. There, if you can see where I am pointing, the knuckle where the dog bone goes into right there. It has a little bit of excessive play. I know that it's supposed to have play, but I just don't like how much it moves. Other than that, that is it for today until I figure out what's going on with the ESC motor setup. Hopefully when I get my new transmitter within the next week or so, it'll solve that problem and I'll have this thing on the road and do a speed run on it. Those are my Exceed 26 millimeter wide tires for a 110. I think these are 30. I posted it in a video. 30, 35 shore, 45 shore, 45 shore, I believe it is. These on the back were either 30 or 35 shore. I just can't remember which ones I bought, but there's a stock holding it up right now. But these are 30 in the back. I want to get the wider ones. I don't know if I'm going to do it or not, but I'm going to start with these for now. A couple other things that I've done is I know they sell them online, but they're kind of hard to find, and I didn't want to have to wait. So I went to Lowe's and got me the screw caps, and it's a good idea if you have a lipo bag, something like that, to cap your batteries according to their status. So in my case, the color scheme that I'm using is the red ones are going to be for discharge batteries. The blue ones are going to be for storage batteries, and inside the bag I have a whole bunch of more plugs. Let me see if I can get one of the green ones so I can show you. Yep, here's a green one. There is a green one for fully charged batteries. Especially if you have a lot of batteries, it's going to be a good idea to have one way of. I saw a guy that posted a video. He used rubber bands and put them in different setups to identify his batteries, but I'm just going to go with this. And as far as how they fit, let me grab one of my batteries. Obviously, I'm using T connectors. I wouldn't even call them Deans because they're not real Deans. This is the actual stock battery that came with the 144001. This one's not stretched out yet. They're kind of hard to fit when you first install them, the first time that you use them. But all in all, they work fairly well. Let me find one that's actually been used, because I've only had them in storage because I haven't been able to use the car with all this project that I got going on with it. Here's one that's been used. Okay, so once you have it nice and stretched out, you can kind of see how it's elongated. It still fits kind of snug. I'm going to try to one-hand it, but it's kind of hard to do because they do fit on there pretty tight. I need to get me a better stand so I can do these kind of videos. But anyway, let me see if I can get it on there so you can kind of see how it works. See? Once it goes on there, you just kind of be careful not to break the solder on your plugs. I just kind of hold it like that. Cap them, and that's kind of for safety as well. Works pretty good. Now this one is not in storage, so I'm going to take this cap off. I just did it to demonstrate. But they fit pretty well, and you can get them in Lowe's. I think it's a 3-pack for like $1. So I bought 5 sets, so I bet about $5, so I can do this for 5 batteries in all 3 different colors, all 3 color schemes. So that's another thing that I have going on. I have more batteries coming in. I'm testing different batteries. These right here, these are actually, I haven't tried them yet, obviously, because I had the stock ESC and I believe it's the version 3 ESC, which is the one that has the red button. It's around here somewhere. Here it is. I got it all dongled up because I was testing something a while ago. But anyway, that's the ESC that came with it. Every person that has put a 3S battery on this thing has fried it. So in this version, there's other versions that people have used 3S and it has worked. But with this one, if you're feeling tempted to do so, unless you got a new ESC and you just want to prove a point, don't install a 3S battery on this because you will fry it as soon as you connect the battery and push this red button. Anyway, so these are the Avonic Air 2200 milliamps, high discharge battery, 50 Cs. It comes wrapped, and I thought it was a cover, ignorant me. So I started tearing it up and I had to tape it because I broke the seal on it and it is wrapped. I thought it was hard cased and it's really not. It's just very well designed. And this battery is about 108 millimeters long. So when you have the stock mounts, which go, let me take this antenna out of the way, from here to here, that's for your stock battery, this one. Okay, and then if you go further over here and move the mount that goes on this part to this side, you can fit batteries, I think it's up to 105 millimeters, and this is on the 144001. Well, it just so happens that this battery is 107 millimeters, so I'm going to custom make something to hold the battery, and instead of going under here like your typical battery would go, you can't do that with this, especially with the metal. With the plastic, it might be a little bit more forgiving. You might be able to push it up a little bit and shove this battery under there, but I'm not doing that. As you saw when I started this video, when I started working with the Fat Body's turbo body, just like that is gonna work just fine, and it's gonna Let me, that's my charger over there. I just finished storage charging. And I'm back. Anyways, I know I've been rambling a little bit, but I just kind of wanted to show how this project is going and all the things that I've been doing and the things that I have been using for those of you that are new. Just kind of showing different things that you might need when you start these projects. And I did. I got me some ProTech RC straight scissors to cut bodies. And then I got me these are Tamiya RC, I think. Yep, these are Tamiya. Oh, it's upside down. Tamiya RC craft tools, and it's the curved scissors. They work very well. And other than that, I've gotten a whole bunch of things. This I got from AliExpress as well. Here's a camber tool, camber. It works fairly well. There's better models out there, but this one actually works fairly well. I think I have them cambered correctly right now. Anyway, moving on. Another thing, and this is kind of all the tips that are out there in one video combined, doing them all. And of course, these are not all my original ideas, so I take no credit. I give credit to all those wonderful guys that are out there in the RC world posting videos on how to work on this car. So you see back here the toe, which is how much the wheel goes this way or that way, the back wheels, comes pretty aggressive. If you look from the top, mine has very, very little toe. And the way that you achieve that is these two screws right here. You take that one and that one off and take out this plate. And these things have a hole where the shaft that holds a swing arm connects to on the backside. And that hole is offset to the outside. And when you have it to the outside, to this side, the hole, it pulls the wheel in, giving it more toe on both sides. So all you have to do is take this bracket out, pop that little thing out, flop it around, put it back in, put the screws back in, and it takes care of that issue. That is a super neat trick. It's one of the first things that I did on this car. Of course, there's many videos out there. I'm not going to do one because there's way too many out there for how to service your shocks. I still haven't gotten it right in the back. In the front, and I'm absolutely fine. It's beautiful. I love the dampening in the front right now, but the back just seems to be giving me trouble. Any suggestions, please advise. But anyway, they dampen, but when you have it sitting off of the platform, it just kind of squats down. And I've done it in accordance to what I think correctly. I use 60 weight on the back and push this all the way down so these springs have a little bit more tension on them, but it still seems not to be working. I even try to move the shock from this position from the outside hole to the inside hole to see if that helps. That didn't help. I just don't know what I'm doing wrong on it. If anybody can suggest, I will gladly take the suggestion and fix it and show you the improvement on it. Anyway, over here I got my little tackle box, which is RC tool parts. Pretty much in this box is another 144001 disassembled, because I do have a chassis in there somewhere. Here's the old or the factory drive shaft with everything on it. And I am going to make a basher, so you know what, instead of buying another one, I'm just going to use all the parts that I have, and I'm probably just going to install the stock motor on it and use it to bash around the house. Or maybe I'll just get the smaller motor where you have to mod the mount and just use a smaller motor so that I can bash around with it. 17 tooth pinion kind of thing, mod 7, where you have to drill the pinion, but more on that later. This one was just really about this one and the project that it has become and the headaches that it has given me. I know that I've been rambling for a while. I've said that a few times, but I'm just trying to cover all the bases for those of you that have all the want to know, and maybe a one-stop shop for things. And these are the other ones that I'm going to service. These are the stock differentials, and they are fine. They don't. I mean, let's see if I can see. I'm way above. See, even up there, noise, no noise. These are serviced, but I think I'm gonna reservice them with lithium grease to see how it works out when I start building my basher. But that's what I got going on with that. Anyways, other than that, that's all I got right now. I will post a video when I actually get this thing running, hopefully soon, because I'm getting consumed by the anxiety to know how this thing is going to do on the road. But thank you for watching. Sorry for my rambling, and happy YouTubing.